investors and traders. I hope y'all had a great day. Today there were lots of opportunities out there, so it's definitely a good day to be out on the market. I finished the day up 3.13%. I feel great about that. This is the 5th day in a row that I've showed a profit, which is also really great. I love these long stretches I can get on. Hopefully this can continue. So far this month to date on the top 7 list, you should be close to a 6.04%. Obviously, you're going to have different results based upon how much you put in the stock, exactly what you paid for it, so on and so forth, but you should be rolling right along. So year to date, I'm currently up 262%. That is way above my goal that I set at the beginning of the year, and is now a new record, a new personal best for me, so I'm excited for that. Today I have one sell to report, and that is FENC. I sold FENC for a 3.3% gain. It just didn't run like I expected, and they have a PDUFA date coming up next Monday. And so I felt like it was time now for me to get out of it. If you are looking for good plays and you are looking for ideas on stocks, you might just check out our Patreon group. I update there first. So I update insiders, different insider swing plays that I'm looking to do, also different changing fundamental plays that I'm looking at, different PDUFA run-ups. There are lots of great ideas within the group, and it's a group of close to 150 investors, and so we're getting bigger all the time, and you should be a part of it because I think it's a really good thing. So anyway, check that out in the description down below. For the amount of money it costs, you'll definitely make that up in just one good trade. I did not have any intraday trades today, so there weren't any of the setup that I look for. When I'm looking at a day trade, there are certain things I'm looking for, and I like to do those early morning trades and kind of take advantage of investors coming onto the market right at 6 a.m. with FOMO chasing that stock. And there just wasn't anything that I felt like I could take advantage of this morning. And so that's a really important lesson. There are just some times that, imagine yourself as the quarterback of a team, and you're the quarterback of the greatest team ever, the Seattle Seahawks, for example. You're the greatest quarterback ever, which is Russell Wilson. Everyone's double covered. The line is breaking down and certain things are going on. What do? If you're Russell Wilson, you throw the ball out of bounds, you live for another play. Well, that is indeed what I did, figuratively, in the trading world. It just happens sometimes. If a stock does not possess the things that you are looking for, you should make a list of, I'm looking for a stock with fresh news. I am looking for a stock that the fresh news is like today. I'm looking for a stock that the news is significant. I'm looking for a stock that could increase in price. Also, I'm looking at the timing of that stock. When was the news? You know, when are those other investors coming on? So those are just things that you got to look for and to have a plan. For example, on a PDUFA run-up play, I talk about like these different plays, and that's not my idea. That comes from some really smart people. But I have certain plays in my playbook that I'm very good at, like insider swing play. I have done that over and over and over and over and over again. I'm very good at it. I know what to expect. On a PDUFA play, I know that one thing I need a drug that's important. I need a company that has analysts giving it a really high target. If a drug is approved by the FDA with the PDUFA date, is that drug marketable? Could they make money on it? So those are the kind of things that I look for before I even start a play. And if you don't have all the things that you're looking for in a stock, it's just best to stay out. So that's kind of my lesson today. The thing I wanted to talk about is that you gotta be selective on your stocks, and you have to have a reason to go into them. And stock selection is so important. That is one thing I like to pride myself on, is stock selection. If you're looking for a powerful broker, one where you can trade as early as 3 a.m. in the morning Central and as late as 7 p.m. at night, I highly recommend Webull. There's a lot of really great tools and different things that they have. Also, check out the link down below. You can get a free stock just by signing up. You get another free stock for depositing money, so it's definitely worth checking out. So I'm in a lot of stocks right now, actually in 11 in my Catalyst portfolio, which is much higher than normal. So I'm gonna go through all of them real quick. The first one is NGM. NGM is not in the top 7. It finished even today. It's had some 10% owners that have been purchasing up shares. It was a couple days in a row, so I'm definitely feeling that was bullish activity. And so that's why I like NGM. Next, we have ANGO. So this was actually number 1 on the list yesterday. So it dropped all the way down to out of the list, not really because it deserves it. It finished up 1.34% today. So it did well. James Clemmer, the CEO, he bought $330,000 worth of shares. I based it upon how hot I think these different different stocks are. It's an insider swing play that I'm playing out, and we'll see how it goes. Next is KN. KN is a great stock. This was an insider swing play that I made a couple days ago, and it was up 0.50% today, so just a little bit. Donald McLeod, the insider, he bought $150,000 worth. He paid the same price me or you would pay, so I think that's a really good stock, and it's a really good one to get into. All right, so this one could definitely be in the top 7. It's just not because the PDUFA date is so far away, and that is AQST. So AQST finished up 7.85% today. It's really been surging, and they had great earnings. I was a little nervous about the earnings, really. I don't like news events typically, but I stayed in for it, and I got rewarded, maybe a little lucky. But the PDUFA date is for September 28th. That's still a long ways off, and so that's the only reason why it's not in the top 7. Okay, let's get to the top 7 list. Number 7, LPCN. This has been on the list for a while. I sold it, and then I bought it back again. I didn't have to live with that decision, so I went back in it. It finished up 5.95% today, and its PDUFA date is August 28th, so it's definitely coming up. It's a testosterone replacement therapy, and so I think it's very marketable, and also LPCN has a high analyst price target, so it's all the things I'm looking for in a PDUFA run-up type play, and so I think it's going to be really good. It's still very early. This is a stock that could really double, and so I'm hoping that that's what we see from it. Number 6, and this one I've gotten a little flack for, but when I first recommended this thing, let's just be real here, it was at 8.5, so it was a really good deal, and that's PSTI. So this is an insider swing play, and it is, for me, working out, but there was definitely a big spike, and some people bought a little high, and I thought it was going to continue. It did not. Maybe I should have sold it, but that play hadn't developed yet, and so when I talk about a play developing, I have a certain time frame involved in a stock, and I give that stock that time frame to react. And so Clover Wolf Capital keeps buying shares, and I really want to give them an opportunity to load up even more shares because I think that will push the stock price up. They've done quite a few buys already, Clover Wolf Capital has. Today it finished down 2.66%, but we could have more insider activity and this thing could fly with the way that it's set up, so it could really go. So we have a new one to the list, number 5. Number 5 is brand new. This is a fresh insider swing play, so this just happened, and it's GPRE. It finished down 2.42% today, but it was down over 3% when it had the insider activity that was reported. I called it out right away. It still finished down, but it came up about 1% from that. The president and CEO bought up 10,000 shares. It was very, very bullish activity, that's for sure. And it was done at the same price me or you would pay, so I think GPRE is going to be a great stock to get into. I have another new one, which is HZNP. This finished up 23.61%. I guess I would call it a changing fundamentals play, and the reason is because they crushed their earnings. They absolutely crushed their earnings. But even more important to me is that they raised their price targets. They have some different targets that have been raised. And so the street really likes this, and I definitely like it too. So I'm expecting momentum to continue. HZNP is a great stock and very safe. That should be a good one. Number 3 is SEDG. This one was out of the top 7 yesterday, and it finished up another 10.15%. I'm expecting to continue to surge. Basically, they had fantastic earnings, and that's what happened the day before yesterday. And also, they are increasing their market share, and they are kind of the leader in their market, and I like that too. So SEDG is a very good stock. Number 2, TTOO. It finished up 9.03% today. I moved it all the way up to number 2. There will be some people probably upset I didn't move it to number 1, but they removed their reverse split vote, and that was huge. They just really didn't even need it, and I'm expecting them to blow up earnings. I'm expecting them to have a really good earnings report, so that's something coming up on TTOO I think we should watch. And number 1 is SBH. SBH is an insider swing play. I keep waiting for insider activity to stop, and it's happening every single day. So it's Sally Beauty Holdings. They finished up 2.14% today, so not a huge amount, but they keep having insider buys, and today had even more insider buys, and it's been by different officers, so there's definitely something going on in the company. I feel rather confident that something's going to happen and that it's going to really raise in price, and so that's why it's number 1. I do a lot of work for this list, so if you could do me a huge favor and please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you would share this video with your friends, I'd very much appreciate it. If you're seeing me for the first time and you kind of like what I have to say, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. I do a new one of these videos each and every business day. I appreciate all of you who watch and listen to me talk about my favorite things, which is stocks, and so I definitely don't take that lightly. I enjoy talking with a lot of you. Let's have a great rest of the week. Raythoven out.